Big Mike knew he was in trouble the day he became jealous of a phone call. It happened on a movie set in Enugu. The cast had just finished filming a difficult scene, and everyone was taking a short break before the next shoot. Michael was sitting under a canopy, drinking water and chatting with some crew members when he noticed Amish Oko across the set. She was smiling, not her normal smile, a brighter one, the kind that made her eyes sparkle. She was on the phone with someone, laughing, blushing occasionally, looking completely happy. For some reason, Michael couldn't stop staring. And for some reason, he didn't like it. Not one bit. When the call finally ended, Amish walked back toward the group. Michael tried to sound casual. Who was that? Amish smiled. A friend. Something tightened inside his chest. A friend. She nodded. Yes. Michael looked away, trying to act normal, trying not to care, failing completely, because the truth was simple. He cared far too much. That evening, while driving home, he couldn't stop thinking about her smile. Or that phone call, or the strange feeling in his chest. By the time he reached his apartment, he finally admitted the truth. He was hopelessly in love with Amish Oko. Not a little, not casually, deeply, dangerously, completely. The realization terrified him, because Amish wasn't just another woman. She was his best friend. The person he trusted most. The person he called whenever life became difficult. The person who understood him better than anyone else. Losing her friendship would break him. So he decided to keep his feelings hidden. Unfortunately, his heart had other plans. Over the following months, his love only grew stronger. Every conversation meant more. Every laugh affected him more. Every moment together became harder to ignore. One afternoon, Amish arrived late to a location shoot in Lagos. The moment she stepped out of her car, Michael forgot what he was doing. She wore a simple outfit. Nothing extravagant. Nothing designed to attract attention. Yet to him, she looked breathtaking. Not because of her clothes. Not because of her makeup. Because she was Amish. And somehow that was enough. As she walked toward him, she smiled. That familiar smile. The one capable of destroying every sensible thought in his head. Why are you staring? Michael immediately looked away. I wasn't staring. You were. I wasn't. Amish laughed. The sound sent warmth through his entire body. God, he loved her. He loved everything about her. The way she laughed. The way she teased him. The way she cared about people. The way she never realized how extraordinary she was. And that was the problem. The deeper he fell, the harder it became to pretend. Then came the day everything changed. Michael was filming in another city when he received terrible news. A close family member had been rushed to hospital. Fear hit him instantly. The journey back felt endless. His thoughts raced. His hands shook. And without even thinking, he called Amish. Not because she could solve the problem. Not because she had answers. But because she was the person he needed. The person who made difficult moments easier. The person who felt like home. The moment she answered, his voice cracked. And before he could even explain properly, she said something he would never forget. I'm coming. No hesitation. No questions. No excuses. Just those two words. I'm coming. Hours later, when Michael arrived at the hospital, Amish was already there. Waiting. The sight of her nearly brought tears to his eyes. For the next several hours she stayed beside him. Supporting him. Encouraging him. Helping him stay strong. And, sometime during that long night, while sitting beside her in a quiet hospital corridor, Michael realized something. He didn't just love Amish. He couldn't imagine life without her. She wasn't part of his happiness. She was his happiness. Months later, Omeki's birthday approached. And Michael finally decided he couldn't keep hiding forever. For weeks he planned. Every detail. Every surprise. Every memory. Everything. Because if he was going to tell her the truth, he wanted her to understand just how much she meant to him. On the night of her birthday, Amish arrived at a beautiful venue overlooking the ocean. Golden lights reflected across the water. Flowers lined every pathway. Music floated softly through the air. And everywhere she looked, she saw memories. Photographs from years of friendship. Letters written by Michael. Messages describing moments he cherished. Moments she didn't even know he remembered. By the time she reached the final pathway, tears filled her eyes. Then she saw him, standing beneath thousands of lights. Waiting. His heart immediately began racing. Because after all these years, this was it. The moment he had dreamed about. The moment he had feared. The moment he could no longer avoid. Ohms. His voice trembled slightly. Happy birthday. She smiled through tears. You made all this. Michael nodded. Every bit of it. Fresh tears appeared in her eyes. For several moments neither spoke. Neither seemed capable of finding words. Then Michael took a deep breath. And finally let his heart speak. Amish, I've spent years trying not to fall deeper for you. A tear slipped down his cheek. I failed. His voice softened. Every year I loved you more. Another tear followed. Every conversation made me love you more. His eyes never left hers. Every laugh. A pause. Every smile. Another pause. Every moment. Now tears streamed freely down his face. Years of emotions finally escaping. Years of silent love finally finding words. Michael smiled through the tears. I love the way you care about people. His voice cracked. I love the way you believe in me. Another tear rolled down his cheek. I love the way you make every room brighter. He shook his head slightly. And I love the way my heart feels whenever you're near. Amish could barely breathe. The depth of emotion in his voice was impossible to ignore. This wasn't a crush. This wasn't infatuation. This was love. Real love. The kind that grows stronger with time. The kind that stays. The kind that chooses the same person again and again. Michael stepped closer. Close enough to hold her hands. Close enough to finally stop hiding. And softly whispered the truth he had carried for years. Amish Oko, I fell in love with you a long time ago. His eyes glistened beneath the lights. And every day since then, I've fallen a little deeper. The ocean waves rolled gently behind them. The stars shimmered above. And standing there, looking at the woman who had captured his heart completely, Big Mike knew one thing with absolute certainty. No role he ever played. No award he ever won. No success he ever achieved. Would ever mean as much to him as the chance to love Amish Oko. Thank you so much for listening to today's gist. If you enjoyed this discussion, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on your notification bell so you'll always be among the first to receive our latest Nollywood updates. To my returning subscribers, thank you once again for your continuous support. I appreciate every one of you. Until our next gist, keep supporting Nollywood, keep spreading positivity, and take good care of yourselves. My name is Sandy, and this is Direct Sandy TV. See you in the next one.